back children to my tutorial again. So as you have seen children, I have uploaded the part 1 of your language of chemistry class 9th. Maybe you have watched it. If you didn't watch, then watch it first. Today I am going to teach you the part 2 of the language of chemistry. That time already I have told about the valencies, variable valencies, etc. And that time I have told also today I am going to teach you about the radicals. So what are radicals, how they are formed, how their valencies will be created, and what are the naming of the different elements, how will you give the name, what is the procedure, what is the chemical formula, all these things today we will read in this episode. Now children, are you ready? So without wasting time, let's start our topic. Now children, let's write the definition of the radicals. What has given? It is defined as an atom. That is the important. An atom or group of atom. An atom or group of atom. Means you can take a single atom or more than one atom also they can make a group, and of the same or different elements, means same element also, atom also they can make the group, or different element also they can make the group. But what is the specification here? Which carries charge, they will definitely carry a charge and behaves as a single unit. Means whatever the same atoms they made the group, or the different atoms, maybe they are different from each other, their nature is different from each other, but after making the group, that carries a single charge, either it is positive or it is negative, and behaves as a single unit. Means that different atoms don't behave like a different atom. Whatever the charge they will carry, maybe the positive or negative, that only both the atoms or that group will carry, and they behave like a single unit. For example, I will tell you, suppose it is the oxygen. So, as I have told in the previous class, in my previous lecture about the valency, how valency you can determine from their valence electrons. Means whatever the valence electrons are in the outermost cell, that have the combining capacity, that only known as the valency. So here, like oxygen, as you know that, again I want to just remind you that oxygen is having the electronic configuration, that is the 2 and 6. So as 6 are the outermost electron here, as I have told before that one, 6 does not be the valency of the oxygen. What is the valency of oxygen? That it needs 2 electrons to complete the outermost cell. Means octet structure. I have already told about the octet structure. Means oxygen needs 2 electrons to complete the outermost cell as 8. So what is the valency? 8 minus 6, that is the 2. So as oxygen is needed, oxygen is accepting, that's why its valency is 2 minus. So here it is known as your negative radical, but it is a single atom and it behaves like a negative radical, or you can say electronegative radical, or you can say anion, and that is the 2 minus. Now go to a positive radical also. Suppose I will tell you Na. Na also it is there. Na means what is the electronic configuration? 2, 8, 1. The outermost electron is 1. Means Na is donating 1 to complete the outermost cell. Means if Na is donating 1, now only the cells are the 2, 8, and the second cell is the, that time second cell is the outermost cell, and it has completed the octet structure. So as Na is donating, means its valency is 1 plus, and it is known as the electropositive radical, and it is also the single atom. Already you have learnt that one. What are the electropositive, electronegative, anion and cation? This is known as the cation, this is known as the anion. Now go to the second part, group of atoms, means how they are making the group, that I will tell you. Suppose one element is there, N. Another element atom is there, H. So now nitrogen and hydrogen making a group, that becomes the NH4 group. Nitrogen and hydrogen making the group, that is the NH4. The whole, that is the known as the group. So how radical, that in this group nitrogen is different and hydrogen is different, but after making the group it will carry a charge 1 plus and it behaves like a single unit. Nitrogen is not different and hydrogen is not different. It is known as the ammonium radical. Ammonium radical. And as it is the 1 plus, it is also known as the cation or it is known as the electropositive radical. So, radicals are two types as I told. One is electropositive and one is electronegative. So, ammonium is your electropositive radical. Now, these electropositive radicals also you can say basic radicals. Basic radicals. The other name is basic radicals, means which have the positive electropositive nature, means they are donating. The group of atom or single atom which are the electropositive nature or cation, they are known as your basic radical. Now taking the example of next type of, that is the minus electronegative radical, which makes different types of atoms and which made the group. For example, I will tell you oxygen and hydrogen. They will make a group. After making the group, as oxygen behaves, they are the 2 minus, but here it does not behave like this. They will carry the positive negative charge, but it is the 1 minus. Means they both behave like a single unit and they will carry a charge 1 minus. That time it is known as your hydroxide radical. Hydroxide, and it is the electronegative in character and it is known as your acid radical. Acid radical. So, like this, many of the radicals we can form. Here, it is the, they are donating 1 plus. Here, it is donating 1 minus. So, maybe they will donate 2 plus. Their valency may be 2 minus also, 3 plus, 4 plus, like this. So, whatever they are donating, as I told that 1 plus, 2 plus, 3 plus, if one they are donating, it is known as the monovalent basic radical. So, one donating or valency is 1 means it is known as the monovalent basic radical. If valency is 2 plus, it is known as the divalent basic radical. For example, manganese. Manganese is giving 2 plus. So, it is known as the, as it is the 2 plus, so it is a basic radical and it is the divalent basic radical. And like this you can take also zinc also. Zinc also 2 plus, already I have written all the valencies also. So, zinc also 2 plus, it is also divalent basic radical. Like this, trivalent basic radicals are there also. Trivalent, you can say that aluminium. Aluminium, it donates the 3 plus. So, it is the trivalent basic radical. Its valency is 3. Again, you can say that, as I told that iron shows the variable valency Fe2 plus. You can say it is a divalent basic radical. But you can, if you will take the Fe3 plus, then it will be the trivalent basic radical. All are the positive sign it is that they are donating. Again, we can say that tetravalent basic radicals also. As I have told about the carbon, carbon is the 4 plus, so it is the tetravalent basic radical. Like this, you can go to the acid radicals. Acid radicals also monovalent, divalent, trivalent and tetravalent are there. So, hydroxide is a monovalent acid radical because it accepts monovalent. It accepts 1 electron. So, it is a monovalent acid radical. Like this, another group I will say you. Suppose carbon and oxygen. Carbon and oxygen. They are making the group. They are making the group. One group is suppose CO3. They made the group and their valency becomes 2 minus, behaves a single unit and carries the charge 2 minus. That time it terms as the carbonate. Carbonate. It is the formula of carbonate. Is it is the 2 minus, so it is known as your divalent acid radical. Divalent acid radical. Like this, sulfate also it will come SO4 2 minus. I will write all these things. Now just you understand here, then after I will give you a table. So it is also a divalent sulfate, divalent acid radical. Like this we can take the another one, we can take that the phosphate. Phosphate also PO 4, phosphorus and oxygen. They made the group and it behaves a single unit and carries the charge 3 minus. That time it is known as the trivalent acid radical. Like this, another one is your carbide. Carbide C4 minus also, because as I have told in the previous period also, carbon has the 4 valency. It can donate and it can also accept. It will go under the sharing. So that time it terms as the basic radical also, and it terms as the acid radical also, and it is known as your carbide, and it is the acid radical. So children, hope you understand about the radicals. Now I will give you a table where all the monovalent, divalent, trivalent, tetravalent, basic and acid radicals are there. You have to by heart all these valencies of these radicals. No option is there. You have to remember all the valencies so that you can make the compound. Very, very important thing. As I have given in the previous period also to by heart all the symbols and valency of the elements. Now like this you have to remember all the symbols and valencies of the, all the, you cannot say symbol and formula also are there. So symbols, formula of all the radicals and their valencies. Very, very important. You have to remember, no option is there, because on the basis of this only you can make the compound. So you have to remember the definition also, and you have to remember this table. Now go to the table. Now children, you can see here I have written many of the symbols and their valencies of the basic radicals: monovalent, divalent, trivalent and tetravalent. Now you can copy all these things in your notebook, as I have told that you have to by heart this. So as many of the radical also showing the variable valency or elements showing the variable valency, that's why here I have written 1, 1, 1, because whenever they will show the variable valency, according to that their valency will change and their monovalent, they will become monovalent, divalent or trivalent. For example, here silver, it is showing here 1. In other cases it will show the 2. Copper is here, it is showing 1, means it will turn the monovalent. Again here it is showing the 2, means it will turn as the divalent. Iron, it is here showing 2 and it is here showing the 3. That time it will be the divalent and this time this will be the trivalent. So children, according to the valency I have written this table. You copy in your note. Now children, you can see that I have written all the acid radicals also up to divalent, because in acid radicals there are more radicals are there which is in use. So it is the monovalent radicals. You have to by heart, as I told, note down in your notebook and by heart. And here I want to tell you, explain you one thing. Remember that whenever the radicals, as I told that one, remember children, it is the very, very small mistake you are doing, silly mistake you children are doing. Here NO3 means simply they are thinking that 3 is the valency, but not. 3 is not the valency. Valency is 1 minus. Whenever there is a nitrate will come, then you have to write full this formula. This is the formula of nitrate. NO3 is the formula of nitrate. So NO3 you have to write and valency is 1 minus. Like this nitrite, formula is NO2 and valency is 1 minus. Like this hydroxide, formula is OH and valency is 1 minus. So whenever it will come, these are the total formulas. You have to write this one. These are not the valencies. These are the formulas along with this group of unit. And what is the valency? That is the valency. So full formula you have to write whenever the radicals are going to make the compounds. So like this, all the things I have written, that is the from here to here, this is the monovalent acid radical, and from 1 to 8, that is the divalent acid radicals. Always it will come in your use. Very, very important formulas I have written. You have to by heart all these formulas, no option for you. So you note down in your notebook and practice it repeatedly. Now children, here you can see that I have written some of the trivalent and tetravalent acid radicals also. What is in your use only, many are there, but right now what is it will come in your use only, that I have written. Trivalent means nitride, phosphide, phosphate, aluminate, it will come. As I have told, repeatedly I am telling that one. Phosphide means formula is PO3, valency is 3. Phosphate means formula is PO4, valency is 3. Aluminate means formula is AlO3, valency is 3. And carbide, you can cannot say that only tetravalent is the carbide. Many are there, but I have written here only carbide because it will come in your use. So whatever I have written about the acid and basic radicals, that you have to by heart. First you remember it. This much only it will come in your 9th and 10th exam. So by heart properly and write it in your notebook. Very, very important part. Now next part I am telling you, that is what is the chemical formula and what is its definition, everything, etc., etc. Now go to there. Now children, we will read about the chemical formula. What is a chemical formula? How will you make a chemical formula? What is the procedure? Everything I will tell right now. So what is chemical formula? It is a symbolic representation of a molecule of a compound. As I have told already, what is the symbol? You can symbolize the elements, but for a compound you have to make a chemical formula. That is the formula. So because as you know that a compound is a bonding of, or it is a substance of the two or more compounds, two or more elements in a fixed ratio. So that time it will become a formula. And how will you make that formula of that compound? Now let's see the procedures. Suppose I want to make a formula of the, suppose sodium chloride. It is a compound, sodium chloride. So remember children, whenever the chemical bonding, you will read in your next chapter, two types of chemical bondings are there. One is ionic and another one is their covalent. So in many cases, in the cases of the ionic bonds, especially in the cases of the ionic bonds, it is applicable like that. Means suppose you are making the formula of the compound sodium chloride. So as you know that this sodium is a positive radical or basic radical. Chloride is the acid radical. So in the ionic bond or electrovalent bond, always there is a compound of a positive radical and the negative radical. Remember children, in the ionic compound there is a combination of the positive radical and the negative radical. And first procedure is the positive radical is in the first or left hand side. Negative radical is in the second or the right hand side. And how will you write? First you write the symbol, that what is the sodium? It is the Na. Chloride means it is the Cl. Chlorine, Cl, from chlorine only chloride came. Now below that you write the valency. Suppose Na, what is the valency? 1 plus. Cl, what is the valency? 1 minus. Now exchange these valencies, means this one will go to Na and this one will go to Cl. Exchange it. Means how it will become? Na1, Cl also 1. Now no need to write 1, 1. So it will only term as the NaCl. So your formula of the sodium chloride is NaCl. It is the derivation how to derive the formula, but only you have to write like this NaCl. For example, another one I will take that one. Suppose it is the magnesium carbonate. Magnesium carbonate. So as I have told children, you have to remember the formula of the radicals and their valencies. So magnesium is a positive radical. That time the symbol is Mg and valency is 2 plus. Carbonate is the negative radical. Symbol as I have told, CO3 is the full symbol. So the valency is 2 minus. Now same procedure you follow, that this will go to this here and that will go exchanging this valencies. Now what it will become? Mg2 CO3 also 2. Mg2 CO3 2. So no need to write 2 2, it is the same. So only you can write MgCO3. So final formula is your MgCO3. Like this only you can derive the formulas. I will tell you the more formulas also. Some of the formula I will tell you, minimum 10 to 15 I will tell you. After that you go through your book and you do more, you collect from other books also and you derive all the formulas also. It is very important. Right now I will explain 10 to 15, but I will give you a full chart of the formula also. I have with me. Then if you want this chart, then in the description box I have given my number. You can message me. There I will provide that full chart. All the maximum whatever in your use in your 9th and 10th class, that I have done in the table. So if you want table, then message that number whatever I have given in the description box. Now let's go to the other compounds. Now children, suppose another compound you take, aluminium chloride. Aluminium chloride. Here see, aluminium positive radical, chloride negative radical. So you have to first write the formula. Aluminium, what is the valency? 3 plus. Chloride, what is the formula? Cl. What is the valency? 1 minus. Now the same procedure you follow. Exchange the valencies. This 3 plus will go to Cl, this 1 minus will go to Al. So it will become your Al1 Cl3. Now no need to write 1. So the formula will be AlCl3. This is the final formula of aluminum chloride, AlCl3. Now next we can see that one, magnesium sulfate. Magnesium sulfate. So what is the formula symbol of the magnesium? Mg. Valency 2 plus. Sulfate SO4. Valency 2 minus. Same procedure follow, that exchange that one. So you will get Mg2SO4. You have to put the bracket 2. So 2 are same, no need to write. That is the MgSO4. So this is the final formula of magnesium sulfate, MgSO4. Now we can see the more formulas also. Now suppose you take zinc carbonate. Zinc carbonate. What is the symbol of zinc? Zn. What is the symbol of carbonate? CO3. What is the valency of zinc? 2 plus. What is the valency of carbonate? 2 minus. Same procedure you follow, that exchange the valencies. What you will get? Zn2CO3. You have to put bracket. 2 also same. So no need to write. So that is ZnCO3. Now the final formula of zinc carbonate is ZnCO3. Now I will take another one, aluminium hydroxide. Aluminium hydroxide. Anything you can take. You can take also like this, any positive, any negative. You can combine any positive, any negative. So aluminium hydroxide. What is the symbol? Al. Hydroxide OH. So aluminium 3 plus, OH 1 minus. Same procedure you follow, exchange the valency. So you will get that aluminium 1 OH, that is the bracket 3, because 3 will go to OH. Now no need to write 1. So you will get AlOH whole 3. This is your final formula of aluminum hydroxide, that is the AlOH3. Now children, you can do more and more also, as I have given a chart of your acid radical and basic radical. So any basic radical, any acid radical you take, and in this manner only you can make the formulas. You can take all the acid and all the basic radicals and try at your home to make more and more and formulas. Just you take any acid, any basic, and the same formula only you apply. Now children, let's learn the procedure writing the name of a compound. How you will know that the compound's name? Suppose I will give you, that is the NaCl. So how will you know the name of that compound? Means you know that one, this is a metal, sodium or electropositive element, you can write that one, the sodium. But what about the chlorine? Sodium chlorine you cannot say. So you just remember here, if the negative ion, whatever the negative ion, if it is the one element only, that time it will be, your suffix will be IDE. Means suppose a metal is forming a compound with a non-metal, or a non-metal also forming a compound with a non-metal. For example, it is the sodium, it is a metal, it is forming a compound, a non-metal. That time also sodium chloro-IDE means chloride. So it will be become like this. Suppose a non-metal also, if it is forming that one, suppose it is the H2S, means see here it is, you can say it is the hydrogen. It is the electropositive element hydrogen. Again it is a single element. That time also the suffix is IDE. You can say that it is the hydrogen sulfide. Here it is a metal and non-metal, but here it is a non-metal and non-metal. But whenever in this case, the second case, electronegative element, if it is a single atom, that time the suffix is IDE. You have to remember this formula. Means if a compound formed by the combination between a metal and non-metal or non-metal two non-metals, then the suffix is the IDE. Now children, suppose you can know that you have to remember one thing here. Suppose 1 is present, means you can say mono, 2 present means di, 3 present means tri, 4 means tetra, 5 means pent, then 6 means pent or you can say penta, 6 means hexa, 7 means hepta, 8 means octa, then 9 means nona, and 10 means deca. Like this it is the prefix. Suppose I will tell you some examples. I will show you some example. This is the first formula, that in the if a compound is forming between the metal and non-metal or non-metal and non-metal, the suffix is IDE. Not means here that element must be the single one. Now where these things will be applicable. Now see. Suppose I will tell you CO, means here it is the carbon. You can say carbon. Now carbon can make with 1 oxygen, with 2 oxygen, like this it can make. So that time it will be CO, means O is here single. And as I have told that one, if O is the single element, the suffix is IDE. But as carbon can make with 2 oxygen also, that's why we will use this one. As 1 oxygen is here, so the name of the compound will turn as the carbon monoxide. IDE will be there. 1 means monoxide. Now CO2, same carbon will form the compound with oxygen, but here 2 oxygen atoms are there. As it is the single element O, no, in that radical only single atom is present. So for this you can say carbon. And as you know that it is the 1 atom, the suffix is IDE. Oxygen means oxide. But how many oxygen are there? 2 oxygen are there. That's why the name is dioxide. Di is the prefix, then oxide, IDE, oxygen plus IDE, oxide. So the compound is carbon dioxide. Like this you can take another example. Suppose S. SO2. It will turn. So S, sulfur. As you know that electropositivity is a sulfur. O means it is the 1 atom only. That's why IDE. You can say it is the oxide. But how many oxygen are there? That is the 2. 2 means that is the dioxide. Like this, another one come SO3. Same you can apply. S is the sulfur. O, 1 atom is present in the radical. That means oxide. How many oxygen? Trioxide. So in this way, you can give the names of a compound. Now go to the name of a compound in where that 3 elements of oxygen are present and 4 are present. Now let's see. Now children, the next one is compounds having 3 elements. Means in any compound there are 3 elements must be there, out of which 1 is oxygen. Means suppose I will tell you sodium carbonate. So first of all the name had not given, so I am erasing this name. I will give you one formula, Na2CO3. Like this suppose I will give. Now you can see that here 3 elements are present. One is Na, second one is carbon, third one is oxygen. So here I have given compounds having 3 elements. 3 are there, but out of which one is oxygen, means oxygen is present. How many number is present? 3 numbers are present. Suppose another one I will give you, that is the NaNO2. NaNO2. Here also you can say that one element Na, second element nitrogen, third element is oxygen. But how many oxygen present? 2 oxygen present. Like this, it will be your 1 oxygen, it will be your 4 oxygen, like this. Suppose I will give you another one, KClO. 3 elements are present, K, second element Cl, third element is oxygen. But here it is the 1 oxygen. Like this, another one I can say that KClO4. 3 elements, one is K, one is Cl, another one is O, but number of atoms are 4. So, if in that case, you have to remember the second formula. If 3 elements are present and one of the element is the oxygen, then according to the number of oxygen, you will give the name. Means I will write orderly and I will tell you. Suppose first element is the KClO. KClO. 1 is present. 3 elements are there, but number of oxygen is 1. That time, as the number of oxygen is 1, it is the hypo. You have to put the hypo. Hypo, and that time it is the ITE. Hypo plus ITE. 1 oxygen, hypo plus ITE means this is the single one unit, that is the chloride. For oxygen it is hypo. Cl means it is the chloride. CHLORIDE. Hypochlorite. It will come like this. K means it is the potassium. It is the potassium. Potassium hypochlorite. Means single O, hypo, Cl, ITE, chloride. ITE it is the present. Hypo plus ITE. Formula is hypo plus ITE. Now second one I can say that KClO2. So how it will be? Same ITE. If 2 oxygen is also present, ITE, but not hypo, that time you can write that it is the potassium only chloride. CHLORIDE, chloride. Here hypo plus chloride, that is the formula. Here only ITE is the formula if 2 oxygen is present. Now go to the 3 oxygen. KClO3. Means it is the suffix is only ATE. Means case how? That is the potassium chlorate. Potassium chlorate. That is the ATE is present. Like this, if it is the 4 oxygen, KClO4, means it will turn as your perchlorate. ATE, per plus ATE means potassium per chloro, then ATE, perchlorate, per plus ATE if 4 oxygen are present. So this is the rules. According to your oxygen, you have to write. For example, I will tell you, say another example, I can take that one. Here chlorine is present, that's why we have read chloro. Now second, suppose I will give that one, CaSO4. 3 elements present, CaSO4. So that time CaSO4 it will turn as the SO4 means sulfate. Calcium SO4 ATE sulfate. That is the. Then after, if I will write that Na2CO3. Na2CO3. Then also sodium ATE carbonate. It is the sodium. Then carbonate ATE. So like this you have to write the formulas of the different compounds. Now children, the next one is naming the compounds with variable valencies. As already I have taught you that about the variable valencies. Suppose we will take that one, copper. Copper is going to make the compound with Cl. So as you know that copper is showing 2 valencies, one that is the and one. This, suppose you can say this is 1 plus and this is 1 minus. Now exchanging the valencies, you will get CuCl. Another one copper is showing the 2 plus and Cl is showing 1 minus. Now exchanging the valencies, you will get CuCl2. In this case, how will you name the compound? Means here in the two cases you can see that 1 plus is the lower valency and 2 plus is the higher valency. So remember that whenever a electropositive ion is going to make the compound, the lower valency is always referred by OUS. Means that time you can say the name the compound, that is the cuprous. And as chlorine is the single atom, as I have told already, IDE, then it is the cuprous chloride. That is the name of that compound. Here the higher valency is 2 plus. So it is followed by ICic. The same way it can be named as cupric. Cupric, IC. Cupric chloride. Same as chlorine is the single element, that is the chloride. So name is the cupric chloride. But another example I can take about the iron. Iron means you can see that FeCl2, another one is FeCl3. As you know that iron shows the two variable valency also. Here it is 1 plus 2 plus, but here it is the 2 plus and 3 plus. These are the variable valencies. So in this case, maybe here 2 plus becomes the IC, but here 2 plus becomes the OUS, because in between 2 plus is the smaller and 3 plus is the bigger. That's why smaller one is followed by OUS and the bigger one is followed by the IC. So this time you can say that it is the ferrous chloride. As iron is having two valency also, it is the ferrous chloride. And it is the ferric chloride. Ferric chloride. So remember children, whenever the electropositive ions or metals are showing the variable valency, then whenever you are naming that compound, you have to followed by OUS to the smaller valency and IC to the larger valency. So this is the naming of the compounds with variable valencies. Now children, next we will read about how to naming the acids and the bases. So children, this is all about today's topic. Hope you understand properly. See it repeatedly, as I have shown during my video also and told also all the chemical formulas of the different radicals, and it is very important. You have to by heart, no option is there. So you write it repeatedly in your note or anywhere, you write the valencies also, and repeatedly you practice. And as I have taught in this episode that how to create a chemical compound, how will you exchange the valencies. Now create these chemical compounds by taking different your electropositive and electronegative radicals, and practice it more so that you will be perfect in the chemical names. So hope you read it and practice it more. And as before going, always I am telling you, please share, subscribe and like my channel, and press the bell icon also to get the notifications. So for today, thank you.